That sign's been there forever. You don't see those anymore.
No.
I understand the drugstore has been there since about in the 1800s.
Okay.
You know, Selma, like most towns, this is the African American business section. One street off the main street.
Oh, yeah.
Most of these businesses open? Selma, like most small towns, it was hit hard by the recession. We don't have anywhere to hide our blight. Large cities do. We are now turning on the Water Avenue. Water Avenue was one of the first streets incorporated in Selma when Selma became a city. At one period in our history, this was as far inland as you could come on the Alabama River. The hotel on your right is the St. James Hotel, built in 1837. During the Civil War, the owner of the hotel decided that he would go and fight on the side of the South. He left the hotel in the hands of a trusted slave named Benjamin Sterling Turner. When his ex-master returned, Benjamin went on to become our first U.S. congressman who looked like me. It took us about 180 years here to get another one. Don't let that happen again. See the red building on your right? Slave holding pen. The slaves were brought up from the river and housed on the second floor. The building is still in its original condition on the outside. Inside it used to be a restaurant. I tried to eat there one day, but it had a cell that once held my ancestors on display. Inside the cell was a supposedly Indian skeleton sitting on a barrel, and on the back of the cell was this huge Confederate flag. I was offended, and I told the waitress. She brought over the manager, and when I voiced my concerns, she said, "You have your history, and I have mine." I picked up my plate. I said, "You have your food, and I have my money. See you." Now it's closed. Ha. At one period in our history, as I said, this was as far inland as you could come on the Alabama River from the Gulf of Mexico, so it made Selma a major trade mecca. At one period in U.S. history, Selma was the third richest city in America. Duh. Huh. Why that girl looking at me like I'm crazy? In 1996, President Clinton came to see me. I was then director of the National Voting Rights Museum. It was the time they designated the trail from Selma to Montgomery as a scenic byway. I introduced myself just as I introduced myself to you and said, "I'll be your guide for the day." And I whispered in his ear, "We need money." He sent me some money, and I, along with the board of directors, purchased the building on your right and made it our slavery museum. We got tired of hearing those happy slave stories and good master stories. Something's wrong with those whole phrases.
Are we gonna go in these places?
No, you're not. Today's Sunday. People go to church. Didn't I tell you my preacher called me today? Don't start me. You're in the South. Almost everything is closed on Sunday. We're going to turn left at this traffic light. When we teach the children our history, we should always be mindful of the way we teach it. For instance, all children would say slaves came from Africa. No slaves came from Africa. Free people came from Africa and were enslaved. The red and white building on your right, the Old Depot Museum, houses Selma's history, mostly white history. We do have a room with the happy slave pictures in it. This is Martin Luther King Street. Every good city has one. This is ours. You see our hardware store on the right? You can buy baby chicks and pay your phone bill at the same time.
Miss Joanne, we're going to stop right here for 1 second. We have a lady that's joining us, and she's following the bus.
Okay, that's fine, because we're going to have to see what kind of bus driver this is as we go straight.
Okay.
Anyway.
She said that last time.
See if you mess it up again.
I didn't mess it up last time.
While we're waiting, we're going to see how good this bus driver is for real. There's a runoff there, and we are going straight. And some of the buses who don't listen to me scrape my mayor's street. And if she scrapes my mayor's street, I'm calling the popo. And you don't need a bus driver. So you got a plane to catch?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You better pray for her right now.
Could you tell us some of, keep going on the history of Selma?
Excuse me?
Can you say some more about the history of Selma?
That's what this ride and walking
Right.
tour is about.
Right. I mean, I just thought while you were saying you're just honest.
Oh. You know, I'm old. I do things a certain way, but is there something specific you want to know?
Well, you said it was the third richest city
Yes.
in America. Was that because of the domestic slave trade?
It was a part of it. And cotton and slave trade made the cotton king.
We'll put it under when we're done. You guys have a blessed day. Thank you. Excuse me.
Hi, Joanne.
Yes.
The alarm is going off in the building.
Which building?
The what? Is your car red?
Uh-huh.
That building.
The interpretive center.
Yeah.
Okay, I called Teresa when we get a break. Thank you.
It's my fault.
Oh, you pulled the door.
I was looking for.
Don't worry about it. They're, in fact, by now the police have contacted her. I'll let them know it was you.
Are you breaking in?
Well, breaking in and oh, thank you.
Okay, we're going to continue to ride into it. Okay, hold your breath. Boom. Shucks. Boom. Come on, hit back. I was hoping she's my first female driver this month, and I was hoping she'd be the one to scrape the street. See how nice I am?
I love you too.
Give that bus driver a hand. Now we're going straight. Now listen and listen carefully. The area we're entering is called George Washington Carver Homes. Straight up in the hood. If I run, you run. If I throw up my hand and say hi, you quickly throw up your hand and say hi, especially those of you who are not of my hue. If I say get on down, just get on down. I'm taking my purse with me, okay? Now, Brown Chapel AME is in session. And you're going to be quiet at Brown Chapel because that's the preacher who called me this morning. And we're not going to do anything to make him come out. All right?
Right.
I can't hear you.
All right.
All right now, because we'll stay on this bus. I'm not getting in trouble twice for you. This housing project was built in 1953. It became the center of the movement. It was chosen because of its location. It's completely surrounded. Brown Chapel is completely surrounded by housing. Safe. No one can get to this church. We're going to pull in front of the church, get out, and then you're going to, remember, you go down further, maybe somewhere behind that black truck, and we'll walk down to it. When you get off the bus, go straight to the middle section of the steps.
Let's move as fast and quiet as we can, right?
Yeah. I'm going to be talking. You probably hear me anyway. just don't you make a lot of, go ahead, man. Make a lot of noise.
I tried to get over as much as I could.
Let's see. You want to move it up when we get up?
Okay.
Thank you.
Come on, we're gonna I'm good at this. I've been doing it 23 years. I know you want to take all the pictures you can. As fast as I can do my spiel, as fast as you can
Middle
act like
portion
you
of the
do.
steps, she said.
How you doing? Try to be quiet.
Middle portion of the steps. Middle portion of the steps.
Might not want to get way up there on the porch because you might not be in the picture.
One in the middle portion of the steps.
Just standing in the start picture. Brown chapter 8 of these church, my church. I grew up in this church. This had always been my church. This church became the center of the movement. As I said, because of this location, it's smack dab in the middle of a housing project. Remember they were bombing churches, killing children. Nobody can get to this church and do anything to it, as you will see as we walk. So the leaders of the movement approached our pastor at the time, who was P.H. Lucas. Lived in a two-story building right here, to about headquarters here. Now, this is an AME church, African Methodist Episcopal, meaning we're governed by a bishop. The only time in my brief history on this earth that our bishop lived in Selma was in. He lived about 6 blocks up this street. His name was I.H. Bonner. Reverend Lewis had to go to Bishop Bonner to get permission. Bishop Bonner said, no. They're burning churches, bombing churches, killing children. We can't have that in our church. Now, there are many stories that tell why the bishop changed his mind. I like the one about his wife. He said, Mrs. Bonner heard every word. When Reverend Lewis left, she told her husband, I want to be a registered voter. He gave her the same reasons he gave Reverend Lewis for saying no. But they tell me after 2 weeks of the temperature within the walls of his house, being 50 degrees colder than it was outside, he called Reverend Lewis and said, open those doors. The movement moved here. 2 of the marches that so much is written about left from right where you're standing. Turn around Tuesday, March 9th, and the successful march from Selma to Montgomery, left from right here. This church is still alive and always at the center of anything that's happening in our community. This monument was the only monument, the only thing that said any of this history happened here in Selma. Until the National Voting Rights Museum opened in 1993. This monument is dedicated to people whose lives were taken for us to have the rights we have today. Oftentimes you see they gave their lives, right? They didn't give anything, did they? They were murdered by hateful, racist people. And when we soften it with words like gave, it gives our children a whole different meaning to what happened. Their lives were taken. This monument says they gave their lives. It also made a mistake. They made a mistake in the engraving. I guess there's an ugly strip right across some of the words. I don't know what was on it, what happened, but it's ugly. Shouldn't be there. They also have, excuse me?
What do you really think?
I think they got a discount, don't you? Anyway, they also have 3 of the names of people whose lives were taken. They have James Reed, March 11th, right? He died March 11th, 1965. Valo Liuzzo, March 25th, 1965. Jimmy Lee Jackson, February 26, 1965. Which one is first?
Jimmy Lee Jackson.
No. I think it perpetrates the myth that black lives don't matter. And I know in 78 when they put this up, they were not thinking that. but somebody should have been paid. And you know who pointed that out to me? A young man. Because I always worry about, I'm not going to tell you what I worry about. When you go out there and see if you see something to worry about, you like your eyes. If you tell them, I'm punching you in both of them. Okay. I don't like this one either. Yeah, I'm opinionated. I'm at home. You not. Mrs. Lowry, Evelyn Lowry, Joseph Lowry's wife, formed an organization during his tenure at SCLC called SCLC Women. And one of the focus of SCLC Women was to make sure our children knew this history. And the best way to learn this history is to hear from the mouths of the people who made it. So she went around in places like Selma and put up these monuments. So when our children were asked us, we could tell them our history and of how we got over. But on here, she names names. What happens when you name names? Every time. I teach the children social movements are like jigsaw puzzles. Everybody has a piece. If your piece is missing, is the picture complete?
No.
No slab of marble would have been able to hold all those names. There has to be a better way to do that than to leave out anybody. Okay? You saw those cars going up and down the street? They don't love you like I do. They will run over you. And I cry till the next bus comes, and then I'll be like, hi, my name is Joanne Black. Okay? That preacher get crazy about that. So you think it's grass, okay? I'm serious. You get really crazy. See, you'll be gone in a few, maybe an hour or something, right? I'll still be here. You're not going to get me in trouble twice. Is that clear? Do not, and I repeat, step on that man's grave. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm going to turn you loose and let you act like tourists. How about that? Okay, be careful on the step.
Don't want us to take a picture?
Please.
Oh, wait.